Good morning, everyone, and thank you for having me here today with you. It was either speaking here or staying in bed all day, crying, complaining, pondering what we're going to do during this pandemic. However, since we're all entrepreneurs, we don't cry, we don't have emotions, we don't give up, and we don't complain. I had no other choice but to be here today. Plus, if I wasn't here, Lauren Remillard would have been really angry with me and threatened to revoke my membership. So I had to be here. As a former football player, many of you know me as, I suffered a ton of injuries. Ruptured tricep, 4 knee surgeries, ACL, MCL, meniscus. I had a herniated disc in my back, ruptured triceps, 5 broken fingers, which on Zoom you can kind of see are still kind of broken. They're not as bad as Walby's, but they're still kind of broken. I had major surgery. I suffered from Crohn's and colitis. I actually had my whole entire large intestine removed, and the prognosis was I'll never play football again. I should just give up. I'll never make that recovery. I made that recovery the following year, and I played another 4 years. Right from playing football, I went into restaurant entrepreneurship. And when I mean right after, it was 1.5 months after winning a silver medal in the Grey Cup. Not many people can say they've won a silver medal. I won 3 silver medals in the Grey Cup. It's a pretty great achievement. Forget winning the Grey Cup, I have 3 silvers. I went right into the restaurant industry. 8 years later, you can fast forward, I now have 3 shawarma cons, 3 green carrot juice companies, and 3 at the football stadium, so that's 9. And we're continuing to rock and roll and grow and grow and grow. Which I want to say thank you to ShawarmaCon and Green Carrots for being the title main sponsor of today's evening. Without ShawarmaCon and Green Carrots, none of the chamber would even exist. So thank you, ShawarmaCon and Green Carrots. I'm just joking. We're not actually sponsors, but because I'm keynoting, I can say that. I do want to take 2 seconds and thank our sponsors for this day. Without them, this would really not be possible. And it's funny because as I'm reading the list, I actually do all my business needs, all my banking with them. Just worked out that way. They're the best in the city. So RBC, thank you for all you do. KPMG, ask for Ryan Palmer. He will give you a discount. The Chamber Plan and BDC, thank you for BDC for always being there for me whenever I need money, especially now during COVID. So KPMG, RBC, Chamber Plan, and BDC. Reach out to the Chamber if you need any help with any of those people, and they'll put you in touch with the right people. Okay, back on topic here. So I played in the CFL for 10 years, countless injuries. Opened a business. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done, and the hardest industry in the restaurant industry. Never had a real job before, and here I am playing in the Grey Cup, opening my restaurant. 8 years later, we have 8 more restaurants. However, all that is nothing compared to what we're all dealing with today. Yes, I've had my hard moments before. Of course I did. You asked me then, 5 years ago, what was the hardest, I would have said that time. You asked me 10 years ago when I blew out my knee, I would have said that's the hardest thing I've had to deal with. But that's the funny thing about time. We forget about the pain and the hardship in the moment, and we just remember what we've learned, the journey, the lessons, the failures, the successes along the way. So if you ask me now, I would say, yeah, this is the hardest thing I'm doing right now. 10 years ago, it was that. Now it's this. This is the hardest thing I've had to deal with that I can recall with the pandemic and the stores and everything going on. But we keep going as entrepreneurs of small businesses. We keep pushing forward. It's what we do. We're wired that way. I've always said I've had 2 choices in my life, really, when it boils down to it. And you can divide people into really 2 camps. One is they say, woe me, this is way too hard. I can't do this. I'll never be able to achieve this. This is crazy. I give up. It's not worth it. How many people do we know like that? Really, that say, this is just too hard. I can't do this. And they stop or they change their path because it's too hard. The second camp are people like us who say, bring it on. It's just the way we're wired as small businesses and entrepreneurs. We say, bring it on. I want more. I want more. I want more. Whatever you throw at me, we'll fight through that because that's what we do as small business owners. Now, during these difficult times, we find a way to get it done. I'm going to quote one of my great heroes here today. I hope some of you know, and I'm sure many of you do. This is a very, very important quote. I have lots of quotes on my walls. You can see there's one there, there's one there, there's one right behind me. But this one here is, when you're backed up against the wall, break the goddamn thing down. The great Harvey Specter. Love that, man. I can't see if you're all laughing, but I hope you are. When you're backed against the wall, break the goddamn thing down. That's what we're forced to do today. We're forced to break the wall down, to pivot, to redefine and reimagine ourselves in this world we live in today. This is what we do as small business owners. This is what the Chamber has done with their Reimagine campaign. Now, I'm from a shawarma con, kingpin shawarma slinger, to a juice and smoothie maker, now to something new, something reimagined, something redefined about myself. It's about inspiring businesses to embrace change, diversify, and digitalize their business, to be more resilient for the future. It's what we're forced to do. We're forced to break the wall down and find new ways to reimagine ourselves. Now, you can check out this campaign the Chamber launched. I'm honored to be part of it. ShawarmaCon on one side, my new venture, GoodLocal, on the other side, and that's how we reimagine. I'm sure you're all going through this right now, and you're all thinking about this. So check out the campaign, winnipegchamber.com/reimagine, and you get a little bit more insight into what's happening. And I was honored to be part of this, but there's also a lot of other businesses in here as well. This is what we're forced to do. We have no choice. We have to bring it on. We have to find a new way. Now, when the first pandemic first hit, I had to close my stores. It was devastating. Like I said, as entrepreneurs, we don't have emotion. We don't have much of emotional capacity. We don't cry. But I remember I cried that day in the car when I was loading up, when I was sweeping the floors and emptying the fridges and getting the stock all out. But I knew I had to go on. I had to find another way. Too much people relied on me and my businesses. We employed almost 80 staff. I relied on it. It was my sole income. I put too much into the business to give up, and we don't give up. So I kept working, came to work every single day, even when downtown was like, The Walking Dead. There was nobody around. But I was here. I'd park my car in the parking lot. I'd walk over by myself, and I would get to the office. I found a way to reduce food costs, to reduce our labor a little bit where we could, to take that little extra money we had and push it a little bit farther and make that extra mile. And now we're back open. 4 to 6 stores are flourishing now. Even during this Code Red pandemic, we're still doing great. The pandemic has forced me to think outside the box, to break that wall down. If I was experiencing a shutdown, I felt like everyone else was too. Other business owners, big or small, brick or mortar or online, everyone was hurting. But immediately I thought of, well, we have to get through this together. How can I help them? And that's just, the type of person I am, and a lot of you are, is we're always thinking about helping other people. So I wanted to support everyone. I said, well, I need to go spend my money somewhere. And I don't have a lot of money. As entrepreneurs, we all know we don't have a lot of money. If you're being an entrepreneur for the money, you should probably find another job, because there's not a lot of money in entrepreneurship. At least not yet. I'm 8 years in and I'm still kind of broke. So that's okay. I love what I do. It's the passion. But I wanted to support local, and I didn't know how to do it. So what else can you do? I said, there's got to be a place where I can find local things, everything good, everything local, all in one place. Buy it, support it, get them the money, and then get everything to me. And there really wasn't. So my partner and I, Ali Ismail, who's my partner in this new venture, we started looking around, and we couldn't find anything to support 100% local. So we said, screw it. If there's nowhere to support local all in one place, this is what everyone wants to do, support local, why don't we make a platform that can do it? And he said, yeah, let's do it. I said, great, let's do it. So that's how we started. We wanted to support local because this pandemic was hurting everyone. So we made a platform called GoodLocal.ca. If you haven't checked it out yet, you must live under a rock. It's been all over the news, nationally, everywhere. So check it out, please, GoodLocal.ca. It's everything good and everything local, all in one spot. We even have a really nice fancy logo. Take a look at that. It might remind you of something else, but we won't talk about those bad guys. So we created a multi-vendor platform where you can browse, shop everything and anything local, put it all in one cart, and have it delivered to your house. I didn't break the goddamn wall down. I blew up the goddamn wall. And that's the mindset we have to have. We're not just going to go through it slowly. We're not just going to take a slight pivot. We are going to break that goddamn thing down. We're going to blow it up. And that's what we did. Now, at the time, I didn't realize what we were doing. But what we have done now is change the landscape of how people are really shopping already at this local level. People say to me, why am I supporting local? I go, are you serious? What else is more important than supporting local right now? More than 1 million small businesses account for more than 10 million jobs in Canada. 10 million jobs in Canada from small businesses. It's estimated that for every $100 you spend on local business, almost $68 to $75 stayed local. That's $75 local. You buy $100 on some big box store, it's gone. It creates jobs. 85.3% of net job creation in the private sector was due to small businesses. 89% in 2017. Local businesses contribute more to local charities and fundraisers than any national partner. Local businesses care. Increased customer choice, because local businesses have a smaller consumer base. They have the advantage of tailoring their products and sales strategy for their communities to help increase the diversity of local products and services. You get better customer service. Small businesses increase the value of communities. The value of homes go up in that area. I mean, the trickle-down effect from small businesses goes on and on and on. If we don't support local now, it won't be here when this is all done. It won't. The big box stores will survive. We see every day on the news, the stocks are going up of Walmart and Costco and Amazon. They're going to be fine. Small businesses won't be. We have to support small businesses. Large businesses, unfair wages, unfair practices, child labor, unsafe working conditions, cheap, wasteful, garbage products, and yet people are still going there. We need to support local, and this is what I've tried to do with GoodLocal. It has to stop, and it will stop now. There are a few good things to come out of this pandemic. I think there are actually a lot of good things. We've connected more with family. I had a Zoom call with my university buddies I haven't spoken to in 20 years. We learned to slow down a bit. Well, not me, but most people learn to slow down. We learned to care for each other more, have a greater capacity for empathy. We've learned to care for local businesses. That is so important. 83% of participants in an online poll in June agreed that they want to support local more. 83%. That's huge. They're determined to shop local more than they were in the past. The Royal Bank of Canada, one of our sponsors, is spending big bucks on multimedia advertising campaign to encourage customers to shop locally. To shop locally. 82% of people are worried that their businesses won't be here when this pandemic is done. The numbers are staggering. People care. People want to support local. This is a case for supporting local. We got to do it. Now is the time to do it. There's so many benefits of supporting local. I mean, I can go on and on and on, but my time is running out here. People do care. I created a platform where you can stay home, stay safe, and support local all at the same time. It's kind of an oxymoron. How do you stay home and support local? Well, we made it. And the last 3 weeks have proven that people care. We have over 700 orders in 1 week. We've done over $150,000 in gross sales in 2 weeks. That's 150 grand to local businesses. That tells me you care. The case for supporting local is there. It's everywhere. The least you can do is go to my website, goodlocal.ca, purchase something, and that money goes right to local businesses. So thank you very much for your time. Remember, stay home, stay safe, and support local. And if you don't know how to support local, go to goodlocal.ca. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great day, great morning. Be safe out there, and I look forward to seeing you at the next chamber event.